Hello and welcome. This is the Connectors Business Network, and inside the network, we do have our podcast, which we're on today. And I'm excited because we get to talk to Dr. Tamera White and my co-host, Ricki. She's always doing such great and wonderful things behind the scenes. You have no idea. If you don't know these ladies, you need to. You need to get going. And I'm only going to say one more thing before we start interrogating you, Dr. Tamera White. And that is we have a new book for our book club. Every Monday at 1 o'clock, the Connectors Business Network has a book club, and we're starting Start with Why today, which I'm so excited about because I think that everyone should start their business or their day with why. Why did I start this? Why am I here? You know, if you can start with why, and Simon Sinek is a great writer, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched his TED Talks or anything, but he's really
Hmm.
good. Okay, he's really good. So I'm
Yes.
excited, as you can tell. All right, enough of that. Let's get right into the interrogation, shall we?
Interrogation. We are going to interrogate you. And what's fun is Tamara knows exactly what's going on. She and I have known each other, I think, almost as long as you and I have known each other, Marian.
Oh, wow.
And we've worked
It's
together.
a club.
We
How about that?
She created a book and we worked on it together. I am one of the authors in it. And it's a lovely little book, all about it's called Courageous Women Rise.
Oh, that's
And I
wonderful.
know that Tamara is a courageous woman in a lot of ways because as we all have at this point in our lives, she's going through some challenges. And I love the idea that, and I'm not sure if you're um, still into this, but I remember you saying you're a disruptor.
Hmm.
Coach
That's right.
Tamara, you're a disruptor. So,
That's right.
one of the questions I'd love to ask you is as a coach and as who you are as a
Mhm.
woman and involved in so many things, what does that mean? Was it, why, how are you a disruptor? Can you
Yeah,
explain that for us?
I can. Someone that was mentoring me gave me the name. She said, what are you in terms of your coaching? What sets you apart?" And I said, "Because I disrupt patterns and behaviors." And she said, I'm really sensing that, you're the divine disruptor because I'm a faith-based, faith-driven person. And so when I'm working with clients on multiple issues, because as a licensed therapist as well as a coach, there's lots of different things that come up in people's lives. And some of it's just habitual habits that they can't break, patterns that they can't break, stories that go back to before they were born and they picked it up from their ancestors, their parents, etc. And so I
Mm,
do a deep dive to find out, where does that start from? And then we bring it up to today in terms of what's happening in their lives so that we can stop the patterns. Because when you see patterns of abuse, you see patterns of alcohol, you see patterns of uh, drugs and alcohol, and just how people talk to each other, that those are patterns and they become habits, and people tend to live with
mm.
those and they get themselves into danger. So I disrupt those. Now, whether the people pick those up and move forward, that's on them. But I'm there to do my job of what God has gifted me, and that's to disrupt all of that and have compassion while I'm doing it. Not
Oh,
to
yeah. Hmm.
make someone feel bad, but I have a lot of compassion because everyone didn't have my growing up. I had a beautiful growing up, and everybody didn't get blessed with that.
Right.
Um,
I say that too. I
yeah,
Mm.
had a wonderful childhood, so I can't really relate to somebody who says they had, horrible, because
yes,
that stays with you for the rest of your life.
yes.
Yes.
I want to give an example of a disruption that I feel is important in this scenario, if you don't mind.
Hmm.
So I have a problem with my refrigerator. It's brand new. Okay. I bought it in July, still under manufacturer's warranty. And it was, I got the ice cream out and I'm sorry, Ricki, I'm eating ice cream. Anyway, she's she's my nutritionist, you know.
I know.
Anyway, uh,
I eat
I
ice cream too. Go ahead.
okay. Um, I, it was like goo. It was like soft serve, and I'm like, oh no, this isn't supposed to be soft serve. What's going on? So we noticed, you know, then it quit giving us ice, and so we got to call Whirlpool, who made the manufacturer who made it, and they in turn sent the information that it's under warranty to a furniture store here in where I live. And then they contacted an appliance repair. Okay, so that appliance repair came out. And it was so interesting because the guy comes in and he's been here before to fix another appliance. So that's interesting, right? Right? Synchronicity. He turns around, he goes, look, the logo you made me, Marian. It's on my back. I put it on my t-shirts. I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. I felt like we had synergy. And believe me, there's a reason I'm telling you this story. So I'm like, okay, this is great. You know, I feel like he's going to take good care of us. He diagnosed what was wrong with my refrigerator. He ordered the parts, and unfortunately, they were on back order. So I'm without a refrigerator for 3 weeks. It's like,
Oh,
well, we had one in the garage, but that, well, anyway,
Yeah.
long story short,
Yeah.
it happens again. Unfortunately, my
oh
ice
no.
cream, yep, ice cream smush again, and so I'm like, oh no, here we go again. So all last week I called them. I should have called Whirlpool instead, but no, I called them because I felt like, hey, they'll
Sure.
tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
No answer. They didn't answer the phone and they didn't call me back.
Oh,
Tuesday, Wednesday, I call again Thursday, I call again Friday. No answer. So my disruption that I'm talking about here is I was taught to get upset about that, to, want to tell everybody I know how bad Maynard Appliance is, that kind of stuff. And instead I went, there's got to be a reason for this. Either they had,
yeah.
phone problems, internet problems, health problems, or something. It's a small town, small company. And so instead of going down that road that I immediately not needed to, but wanted
Of
to,
course.
right?
Of course.
I said,
Yeah.
wait a minute, let's disrupt this pattern of behavior that I have
Mm-hmm.
and let's do this. Let's
Mm-hmm.
give them the benefit of the doubt. Well, sure enough, they
Yes.
called me back this morning and it was both things. It was a health problem and internet and phone. All three
See.
things went bad.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, you've
Mm-hmm.
had some
So
storms up there, haven't you, Marian?
we always have storms in the spring. Yeah, lots of
Mm-hmm.
activity.
Yeah.
But my reason for telling you this is if people can hire you to get them to the point where I just did,
Right.
imagine the stress that I saved myself.
That's right.
Mm.
Imagine what I could have worked
Yeah.
myself up into.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Absolutely. Worrying unnecessarily, picking up things that don't belong to you, learning how to, because, we get our heart rate going. I mean, I know the nutritionist is online with us, but all kind of havoc happens inside.
Yep.
And one of the things is just having people to calm down. I teach, even for myself. I mean, I'm
We're all
human, and I
human.
have
That's
to.
right.
I work on myself too. I'm like, do I need to get all wound up with this? Just let it be. Let's see what happens. You're right. More than likely, something has happened, like you just said,
Mm-hmm.
something out of anybody's control. And I think, right now, that's where we really need to be is just like, okay, let's disrupt that. Let's not get all wound up. If the dinner's not ready at 6 and I didn't use the right vegetables, but at least I'm going to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Things
Okay.
happen in your own life, things happen in your own life, things that you plan and they don't come out the way you want them to. So
Well,
yes.
there's a phrase from Marianne Williamson that really makes me, you just made me think of it. And I know you have a doctor of divinity as well as a few other credentials.
Yeah.
But she said long ago, if you want to make God laugh, tell her your plans.
Oh
Yes,
my goodness.
that's a
That's
good
How
one.
about
right.
that one? Yeah.
So apropos.
The
So
best
apropos.
laid plans of
Yeah.
mice, men, and women. Take your choice. And what I love is how you handled it, Marian, because I know
Mhm.
that you can get a little bit crazy. You're fortunate enough to have another refrigerator.
Thank
I
Mhm.
know
God.
that scenario because we did have, but I don't anymore. But it's just the idea of I love the word disruption
Yes, me too.
because it's kind of a positive interruption.
Mhm.
Yes.
And that's the
Mhm.
thing that got
Mhm.
me when I read all your materials and your
Mhm.
emails and so forth,
Mhm.
about your classes and stuff. And I want you to tell
Yes.
us more about your classes.
Okay.
But I love the idea of being a disruptor
Yes.
because it seems to me that it's not invasive, but
No,
it makes people pay attention. You know.
that's it. Helping people to just realize some things. People are oftentimes telling me, no one's ever asked me that. And
Hmm.
some of them are just basic questions. But, when there's a one-on-one situation, we're in a quiet space and they know that they can trust me,
Hmm.
there's a lot that gets uncovered and some basic things that people said, no one's ever asked me that. I said, well, I'm asking you, what's your thoughts? What do you think? What do you want? And it solves a big problem. People just take a deep breath and they feel heard, and that's important too, that people feel heard.
Yeah.
That,
The lady I
wow.
was talking
Yes.
to on the phone this morning, she said, I had surgery last week and I turned my phone over. That was one of the things that happened. They had a new system for their internet, which was another
Oh,
problem. But
Oh, yeah.
it did, the conversation went on, and she thanked me for being so positive,
understanding.
positive interruption, here.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
she said, but not everybody's like that. She said, you wouldn't believe how some people talk to me.
Oh,
It's really, and it's learned behavior that we need
That's
someone like
right.
you to help us through. I'll give you one
That's
more
right.
example. Somebody rear-ended me. It wasn't bad. It didn't cause a
oh,
dent or anything, but it was enough to shock me. And I know that
Right.
happened to Ricki too. And I
Right.
literally could have gone, you dumbass,
Right.
but instead I went, I wonder what's going on. So
Uh-huh.
I got out and went, sure enough, she was having a heart, not a heart attack, but heart pain. She was having
Yes.
pain in her chest area, and
hmm.
Yes.
she was sweating, and she said, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think we all need you. That's what
Thank
I'm
you.
trying to get at here.
Thank
We
you.
all need you to help us understand that it's learned behavior. We're
Mm-hmm.
brainwashed. It's a learned behavior from childhood or how our
Yeah.
parents were or
Right.
whatever the
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
problem is.
Right.
And that's why we need you. We need you to show that to a lot of people.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm on a mission, looking for those stages in which to share it with more people. Many people tell me they've never heard my messaging before. I just believe in how it's supposed to be, where, God sends me people. I'm in a space where I can talk to people. I can be electrifying. I can bring
Oh,
calm to
yeah.
a storm. Uh, and the privacy is so important. Like, I can talk to you and there could be a line behind me, but I'm looking at you. So whenever I'm speaking, people come up and they tell me a lot of different things. Now, the sad part of that, Marian and Ricki, is that they don't act upon it. So if I'm in that space, in that room, and you're coming up and telling me these real nuggets that need to be disrupted, and then you have my information, and then there goes it. Once they're out the door,
You know,
they don't follow up.
I know the feeling
Ah,
because the
follow
same
up.
kind of thing sometimes happens to me with clients
Mm-hmm.
where they open up and they speak to you and their heart comes out and you can feel it
Right,
and see it
right,
and hear it
right,
and you spark something in them, whether it's
right.
disrupting their pattern or something that you can tell really has had an effect on them,
Yes.
and then they don't follow up.
No.
And I think that's the biggest problem with coaches because we care
Mm-hmm.
and we have some ideas,
Mm-hmm.
and as a coach Um, my feeling is that we are supposed to bring out what they already know. They
Hmm.
already have that within them.
Yeah.
But it's our job as a coach to bring it to the surface so that they can recognize it and act on it.
Right.
And it's the act on it part
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
that sometimes, I mean, it becomes, for me, it becomes a challenge. And I think for all coaches, it
Yeah.
becomes a challenge to continue that, not particularly the dialogue between the you and the person,
Hmm.
but to follow up with the sense of how are you doing? And
Hmm.
he is doing.
Okay, I've got to talk to you guys about follow-up because it's not you that they're not following up with. Yes,
Right.
of course it is, but it's
Mhm.
not that. That's like a personality defect or some kind of a
Hmm.
problem that we humans have.
Hmm.
I've been teaching follow-up for business, you know,
Hmm.
for many, many years. And yet I even have that problem. I mean, it's just the way it is. So
Yeah.
how do we handle that as business owners? We
Yeah.
have to keep pushing out and reaching out to them
Hmm.
because the follow-up thing is just bad. No one,
Hmm.
we all get distracted. We may want to have called you, like it was on our list, yeah, yeah, I should have called her. And yet we don't. So we just have to keep we just have to keep pushing out, right?
I
Our
guess,
our
yeah.
message.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a funnel, you put them in a funnel, you reach out. I think it's important to just kind of stay in touch. And you know how do you stay in touch? Is email or text, really.
Right.
Yeah. Or
And
phone call. All
yeah,
of the above.
all of the above. Because they talk about how it takes, depends on who you read, not listen to, 9
Yeah,
touches
yeah.
or
Now it's
12
110
touches,
times.
or now the number keeps going up every time I read a blog. It's
Yes,
like, well, now you need 15 touches. I mean, I
that's
don't know.
right. I'm like, oh my goodness.
But you just
Yeah,
do what do what you can.
yeah.
And we follow up as we need to. For instance, there are things that interest me that I know I can't do anything about it now, but it may be 6 months that I follow up and think, oh, now the time is
Mhm.
right. Um, so that's kind of
Yeah.
how I handle it
Mhm.
in terms of my work. And um, also balancing things that I need to do, finding other ways to reach people,
Yeah.
is another thing that I do, and I'll talk about that thing in a minute. But I'll go with what you all have going on
Well,
right now.
you're doing some speaking. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I'm speaking, but I've also started a online business that has nothing to do with this, but it does have something to do with this. So
Well, tell
it's
us about it. Yeah, don't keep
yeah,
us in suspense. Let's
yeah.
go.
So I started an online business. It's not necessarily coaching, but yet it could be. So because you're still doing it, you're still working with a niche, you're still trying to target certain people, and it's about it's digital. It's a digital creation, but it's about serving. So if I'm looking to service people who may be dealing with stress, and the stress is related to them not having income, I could still talk about what I do, but I could also say, here's something that you could do to solve that. So it's not multi-level marketing, absolutely not. It's my website is Daily Revenue Collective, and really what it is how to make money online with
Hmm.
digital products. But it's also going to help me in my business, or a business owner help you with your branding, with what do you say to the people that are in your niche, along with helping them to say, here's something that you might want to do to service your business, because we know now that everyone is going to online businesses. People that work full time, all the people that got laid off this year and last year, trying to find a way to make ends meet. But I'm curving it around my business along with helping other people. And
Hmm.
so
What
it's
did, what did you say the name of it was? Daily Revenue
yeah, my
Collective?
my site is dailyrevenuecollective.com.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 100%
We'll put that in
profit
the description
online.
down below. We'll
Yeah,
make sure. Yeah.
and it's a global business, and my site is in English and Spanish, so that I can speak to the masses, and I don't have to trail anyone. I'm just offering a service, just like I'm doing
Yeah.
with coaching. I'm offering that service. It could be a one and done, because usually when I'm completing working with clients in the coaching space, it's usually a one and done. Once they get what they need to get, Ricki, they move on, and that's good, because you don't
Yeah.
really, I don't want them to linger. I want to make sure that they're gotten what they need, and if they need to stay for another round, then we do that. But you don't want to keep people on and on and on. So this particular business is a one and done. I'm learning how to market my own, where I can do some more things myself, and then to be in a community and to have other ideas besides what's in my head. And so,
Okay.
yeah, I think it's just a good way of making all this blend for me. And someone approached me about it, and I thought, well, this makes good sense for me, just to have uh, more done for you products. You know what I mean? I think
Yes.
having done for you stuff is really, really smart way to go. So
I'm
that's
I'm getting the feeling that it's like a side gig, which people are looking for.
right.
And Marian and I have spoken about these things before, because I think it's something that you're absolutely right. I agree with you. It's a necessary thing.
Mhm.
I have one, Marian has one or more, and since I'm a nutritionist, I have one that's called Live Good, and it is supplements. And I've
Yes.
vetted the company. I don't just say, "Oh, goody, that sounds wonderful. Let's do
Uh-huh.
it." No,
Uh-huh.
I've looked at them, the background,
Mm-hmm.
the way they do business,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that their products are wonderful. Actually, the coffee is one of them. And,
Oh,
That's
okay.
right.
uh,
That's right.
yeah, it's a mushroom coffee, so it's nutritionally um, supplemented,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's
I'll put the
on
link
top of
down below
everything
for
else.
your link. I love it. Her
Okay.
her tagline
Yeah.
is "Thrive with Ricki," which is
Yep.
perfect because food and thriving, it goes hand in hand. Let's see,
Yes.
if you
Yep.
eat hamburgers every day and chips and you drink coffee and soda, you're probably not going to feel very good after a while, you
Right.
know?
Right. Yeah,
Right.
So
that's your steady diet. No, but what I like about this company is they're spot on with what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
There's integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Their formulas are well put together, well thought out. One of the principals, it's a couple that started it, is a
Okay.
physicist. So he really knows what he's doing, and they're
Mm-hmm.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
They're joyful,
down to earth, yeah.
and they're down to earth,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
exactly. And what I like is that there's no pushy stuff. You can
Right.
buy your vitamin C from them rather than somewhere else, and the
Right.
price points are excellent.
That's how it
Mm-hmm.
started with me because I felt terrible to go into Walmart to buy my vitamins. I
Ugh.
really
Yeah.
did. And the doctor put Becky on the D3K2 or whatever it's called, D2
Yep.
K3.
Yep.
And
D3K2. That'll work.
yeah, and that's where we started with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw, oh, they have the mushroom coffee. I've heard of that. They have the CBD oil. I heard about that and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ricki, for bringing that to our
Oh
attention.
yeah. Well,
So we're
it's
talking about side gigs. Is
side
that?
gigs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's necessary, even though you may be doing well in
Hungry.
your, principal business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't hurt to have another stream of income, as they say.
And
And
Absolutely.
the
you
thing
Absolutely.
have
is,
to be really good and you have to love that company. You have
Right.
yes,
to be convinced first.
That's
So
right.
yeah.
so this instant access, discover the 2-hour workflow that you're promoting today,
Mm.
that is
Mm,
your side gig. That's
Yes.
okay. And so you
Yes.
must love the company that produced it, right? You must,
Yes.
yeah, you delved into it. You didn't just jump in and just say, okay, I
right.
believe
That's right.
everything you say. Yeah.
That's right.
That's how I do too. I think that this economy is requiring people to have second jobs or side
Yes.
gigs.
Yes, I do too, because it is what it is now. This is what we have going on and where we live. But it's still, for me, and for all, as we're talking, it's still about helping other people.
Absolutely.
The format is supportive. People answer your questions. I remember putting a question in the chat the other day, and I tell you what, I just put one little bitty question in, and I had about 5 responses within a second, because I was just saying, does anybody know how to such and such? And boom, 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 boom. I said, now this is where I need to be. The person that's like in your company, this woman is so kind, very about teaching, stays on until you get it. There's just so much support, and there's no one bothering me. That's what I didn't want to get in. Someone saying, did you do this? And did you have, there's no up lines and down lines. It's just a business that you do at your own pace. And it's helping me because there's things inside of the portal that are speaking to me for my business. Like, here's another way that you can do a post, or here's, which platform are you going to be speaking to? Who are you going to be speaking to? And those are things that I need reminders of because we're solopreneurs. I don't have a team of people. And so most days you're in your own head.
We are the team.
Yeah, we
are it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I joined a group just like that. It's called AI Collective, or AI Advantage. And it's one lady, and what she focuses on are the prompts. Okay, so you log into the system, and you get details on how to prompt better, because the better the prompt, so I totally get where you're coming from, and I love it. I love that, because there's so much out there, you can get lost.
Yeah. Well, one of the other things that I want to mention with Marian, and usually Marian spends a couple of minutes talking about our group, the Connectors Business Network, which it's a pittance per month. It's like a $10 club, which also Live Good has as well. But the point here is everyone in this group, in this community, helps everybody else. And it may not be a direct help, but it is the availability of their knowledge that they're happy to share and willing to share. So it brings us together as a community. And one of the things that I found is there's a specialist in AI. She specializes in YouTube stuff. There's another woman who makes incredible herbal teas. She's quietly building a wonderful business of delicious herbal teas. And there's, Red O'Loughlin, I think, the
Yes,
publisher.
I do.
He's a publisher. I would definitely recommend him. I know you said something about another book coming up.
Yeah, I need to get that done.
I give him A+.
Put that on your list.
On the list, yeah.
On the list.
But it's this community, the Connectors Business Network, of which the Connectors Edge is a part, really brings people together. And I would recommend going on to either YouTube or where else, Marian, because I'm not the techie here with
all of any app that does podcasts, it's on.
Yeah. Take a look at, and this is for all of our audience. Take a look at some of the previous broadcasts or episodes, as we call them, including one with Tom Antion, who has his own podcast called Screw the Commute. Brilliant man.
He is, isn't he?
There's so much information out there, and it just kind of pops out through things like this. Yeah, and the same as you're sharing your wonderful information that people need. And so people keep coming back. And I invite anybody who's out there now watching us live or even watching the replays, please comment. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
And how do we get in touch with you, Dr. Tamara?
Okay, so many different ways, but we'll just start.
Just give one good one.
Yeah. Okay. My website, TameraWhiteCoaching.com. And then for the business that I just described, DailyRevenueCollective.com.
And I will
Okay.
put that in the
And Marian, oh yeah,
description
Marian
as
does a
well.
wonderful job of following up with a summation of what we've been chatting about.
Yes.
As we say, this is really not an interview. This is just a conversation
Hmm.
where anybody can pick up lots of information, though. So it's
That's
Lots
true.
of tips.
yeah,
Like tips. Yeah,
tips
I
and
like it.
hacks and all that good stuff.
Hmm. hmm Well, it's been
So,
wonderful being here. It's been wonderful. I
well,
always like chatting with you two women,
well,
ladies that I've known a long
you,
time and feel
yes,
so
yeah,
comfortable, and I'm always encouraged.
Me too.
yay, thank
Me
you,
too.
Hmm.
because this is more of what's needed in this crazy world right now.
Yes.
People coming together to share
Hmm.
and to help each other.
That's
Why are
right.
we here?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
Tamara, do you have any specific things that you can offer today? Say a webinar coming up or a book that you written that you want us to read? Anything specific that you want them to do when they're watching this or listening to it?
Well, if they take a look at my website, tamerawhitecoaching.com, there are a lot of opportunities there. I have some ebooks that
Okay.
are on my website, for purchase. I have cups and mugs on my website for purchase.
Oh, yes. Yay.
And then there's also a freebie. It's called the Clarity Compass, so they can put their email address in and get a free download. So
Clarity
Fantastic.
compass.
that's
Oh,
where
I'd
the
like to know
these
more
are.
about that. I think I'll go there.
Fantastic. Yes, yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
TamaraWhiteCoaching.com.
Yep.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll put that in there. Well,
Thank
thanks for
you.
coming. You are turning into a regular now, so
Yes.
get you back on this, and because we're all like evolving, we're all changing, and we're doing things that
Uh-huh.
not only help us but help others, and I just
Yes.
love that. So come back again
Yes.
soon,
I
and
will.
We'll
I
check back
will.
with you in a little
Yes.
while. Give
Thank
us a call.
you.
We'll stay in touch anyway.
follow
Yes,
up,
we will.
Ricki, follow up.
Follow up. Yes.
Well, it's been a delight. I just love sharing and being in a room like this. So I am super excited. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you. It's a pleasure and an honor, and it's really just nice to catch up with you again.
I know. I know. We've just been too long. I just hate that you left
Yes.
us. But anyway, I guess we
Well,
got to get to
I'm still
Colorado.
here. I'm still here.
That's
I
right.
know.
It may be, what do we call this? Online, virtual,
Yes.
Yeah.
but it's me. I'm alive.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
for those
Okay.
of you who are watching, please go to connectorsbusinessnetwork.com where you can see all of our events
Yep.
and make sure you share it with a friend. Somebody that you know needs this information. Thanks. Bye for now.
Bye for
Bye.
now.